Hello everyone, just if you could please come in and take a seat when you're ready, that would be fantastic. We're going to be starting in just a couple of moments. Okay, hello, good afternoon everyone, welcome. Yeah, could we just get those doors, oh look at that, they're automatically closing. It's very posh here at Crown. My name is Kim Francisconi and I'm going to be your MC for this event. It is lovely to have all of you joining us here in person at Crown, and to those people joining us online, we've got, I think, nearly 200 people joining us online, so welcome to you as well. So, I am so excited to be here, I really am. This has been a long time coming, 3 years, 9 months, and 1 day to be exact. I did the math. So, we actually started this brand journey way back, if you can cast your eyes before COVID, it was 6th of January 2019 when we, with Guy Taylor, travelled all around the state talking to all of you, hearing your stories and what you think makes WA unique. So that was a huge piece of work and I was really proud to be involved in that. Then we went back out again to sort of verify our findings and what you'd said, just to make sure that it was accurate. And then we came up with our shared story, which I'm sure many of you know, that is the spirit of adventure. Then we didn't stop there because we wanted to make sure that every part of the state was aligned with the spirit of adventure. So my lovely colleague Tabitha, just standing at the back there, some of you may know her, she travelled out into the regions again and we conducted an Our Story project. And the aim of that was really to align all of the sub-regions under this common thread of the spirit of adventure. And I'm very happy to say that in a couple of weeks we will be releasing an ebook, which is the Our Story ebook. So all the sub-regions throughout the state have positioning statements that have been drafted and they'll be featured in that ebook. And that's like our brand platform, if you like. Now the next logical step after that would have been to launch a brand. But then a pesky little global pandemic got in the way and unfortunately we were halted. So our purpose, our focus entirely changed and we became one of supporting the industry and intrastate marketing. So we paused anything to do with the brand. And now it basically gets us to here. Launch day, finally, was yesterday. So it was a huge milestone. It did take a long time, but they say good things come to those who wait. And I personally absolutely love Walking on a Dream. I think it is a beautiful brand. Hopefully you have all seen the footage that has been displayed across the media. My daughter this morning was very angry and wanted me to sing the song to you, but I'm definitely not doing that considering we have Luke Steele in the room. Trust me, you don't want me to do that. So Luke Steele is in the room with us, which is fantastic. Now, in the 3.5 odd years of this journey, I have met with so many of you, the people in the room, the people externally, and I personally have just been blown away by the passion that you all have for this state. And all of that passion we have used and harnessed into the creation of Walking on a Dream. So today is about you. It's about our industry ambassadors and helping you, arming you if you like, with as much as we can so that you can also leverage this brand and the work that we're doing. And basically, it's like an army is not a nice word, but it's basically an army of marketers so that we can all collectively stand up and show the world that we are WA and we are a force to be reckoned with. So our marketing team are laid out at the front here and they will all be coming up individually to share very detailed plans across all elements of marketing. So from that first dreaming stage, when we're capturing their attention and really placing WA firmly in their minds as a destination of choice, through to planning. We've got some exciting website changes to share with you, and then through to the booking stage, so how we're converting them into booking, because the main aim, we want to get them out into your businesses and into your regions. So the team are going to go through all the plans, then they're going to be nicely seated up here to answer any questions that you may have. So let me just change the slide here. With questions, we're going to do it a little bit differently. So with questions, if you have a question at any time throughout the presentations, just SMS the number that's on the screen, and there's also cards you'll see on the chairs. So the phone number is 0409 851 722. So at any time, just SMS that. Now, We will endeavour to answer as many questions as we can, but realistically, that may not happen. So if you're comfortable, just put your name on the SMS and we'll email your response, because we've got all your emails because you registered. So we will email your response in the next few days. Now, I'm just going to do some quick housekeeping for a second. So Crown, thankfully, take our safety very seriously. So in the event of an emergency, they are our closest exits, and if we exit out that way in a calm and orderly fashion, the staff will then show us where to go. If you need the bathrooms at all throughout this session, they're just through those doors or through the back doors. The session's probably going to go for about an hour and a half or so, and then we're going to break and have some lovely networking and canapes just out there, and there's a lovely outside area as well. Now, I'm not done yet because we're also going to add a little bit of fun to the session, and we're going to run a quiz. Now, the platform we're using for the quiz is called Kahoot. So also on those bits of paper, you should see there's a QR code. So if you can all get your phones out now, and if we can bring up the Kahoot on the screen, there it is. So either shine your phone up onto the screen or use the QR code on the bit of paper. And you can see that there's a game PIN you need to enter. So that PIN is 706890. Enter that and then you'll be part of the game. So I'll leave that up there a bit longer to give you all a chance to do it. And all of our marketing team are going to ask questions throughout the session, and they're fun questions. We're not asking you really difficult maths questions from year 10 or anything like that. I wouldn't do very well in those. Look at all the people, that's awesome. Now, people online as well, just go to kahoot.it and you should be able to play online as well. And my final encouragement to get you to join us is that we have some amazing prizes up for grabs. So prize number 1 is 1 night stay at Crown Towers in a Premier King room, including Crystal Club access, valet parking and a $200 dining credit. So that is an amazing prize, and thank you to Scott for helping us organise that and the whole team here at Crown. Very generous. Woohoo! Thank you to Crown. Okay, prize number 2, if you just glance over there, are some amazing custom-made sneakers that we had made for Walking on a Dream, and they were created by WA-based Aboriginal artists. And our third prize, also glancing over there, are 2 bottles of delicious Lewin Estate wine. So, before we go any further, it is my absolute pleasure and my honour to introduce respected Elder Nick Abraham to conduct a Welcome to Country for us.
You use that magic word, elder. It doesn't sit well with me because I don't feel like I'm in that category. Because even though this is me and my wife, our 5 children, I had to count there for a moment, our 30 grandchildren and our 5 great-grandchildren, I don't consider myself to be an elder. Through the cultural process, this is only recently, my father was always alive. But of course recently he'd passed. So through that natural cultural processes, I'm trying to deny it, but I can't. Give it a go. Kaya Wanji, Nanjurut Minut Jinning, Nanjurut Minut Wanki. Hello and welcome. I'm happy to see you all here tonight. Also happy to be speaking with you tonight. My name is Nick Abraham and my family connections are Abraham, Bennell, Humphrey, Hume, Mippy, Worrell, Natal, Harris. And we're connected to many parts of Yunga country. Wajak, which is the budget we're sitting on here tonight. Also connected to Ewart, which is to the north of Wajak. To Ballalong, which is to the east of Wajak. To Wilman, which is to the southeast of Wajak. Binjarup, which is to the south of Wajak, and Wandandi, which is to the south of Binjarup. Also, I take this opportunity to acknowledge my Quartermark lawyers, my wife and in-laws, Boltons and Woods, and they're also connected into Wilman, which is southeast, Kainang, which is south of Wilman, Goring, which is southeast of Kainang, and Menang, which is south of Goring. Also, I take this opportunity just to acknowledge the other parts of the Noongar Nation, Amigu, which is just other side Ewart, Naginaki, which is just other side Balladong, Wadjuri, which is just other side Wilman, Nunga, which is further other side Goring, all the way out into Esperance, and also Bibbulmun, which is down into the south. Niji Nyunga Buja, Niji Nyunga Wanki. So this is Nyunga country, this is the Nyunga language I'm speaking. Coronala Kobang, Nair Nyunga Mort, Nyunga Bridia, Corona Janet Monichuan Jenny, Nunuk Jenny. Just paying respects to the elders past, present and emerging, but also acknowledging and paying respects to you of being here today or even online. And I just want to acknowledge you and just give you the opportunity, for you to give me the opportunity to take you on a journey very similar to this video that we're going to see, but I'm going to tell you from my way. But they've only given me about 3 or 4 minutes to do that, so walk with me on this journey. This journey I'm telling you is not about blame, it's not about shame, it's about understanding. Understanding about the Buja we're sitting on here today. And before I tell you this journey, I want to ask you 3 questions. And when you answer these questions, I want you to answer them as loud as you can in your head. Just let the Buja, the land, know your name. Just tell them as loud as you can in your head your name. Because the Buja can hear you and the Wern can hear you. All good? Now the next question, just let the Buja know who's your mob and where you're from. You could have connections here, you could have connections in other part of Australia, even other parts of the world. Just let the Buja know who's your mob and where you're from. All good? Third question. Now the third question, the answer to the third question can only come from your core, your heart. And that question is what's important to you. And I want to leave you with that as we go along this journey. Nunukut more Karajan Wankin, Dima Mam Night Nyunga Priya Kura Kura. So when younger people were given our knowledge through the oral tradition, as passed down from our grandmothers, our grandfathers, our mums and dads, and our younger bosses from long, long ago, and in a very subtle little way, they would say, Mil Ginny, use your eyes to see. Dwonk Ne, use your ears to listen. Kart Court Courage, use your head and your heart to understand. Understand about your country, understand about your culture, understand about your people, understand about your values and your responsibilities. And they break it up into a couple of key things that hopefully will help you understand. And the first thing they teach us about is our Mort. Our Mort is family, mum, dad, nan, pop, uncle, aunties, brothers, sisters, all the extended families, and the different levels and relationships to each and every one of those. It was also one of our laws of who we could and couldn't marry. We couldn't marry close bloodlines. We had to keep our genetics strong. There's a modern word for that, and it's called eugenics. If I remember on this journey, I'll come back to that word eugenics. Next, the old fellows taught us about our Nyungar Biddy. Now, there's no direct translation between Nyungar and English. So Nyungar is the people, Biddy is the path we've been on. Giving it more of a common name, culture. What is culture? I'm going to give you a couple of definitions of what I think culture is. You can agree, or you can even add your own. But for me, culture is about values. Culture is also about language. And through that language, it gives you identity and belonging and beliefs and spirituality. If you think about that, language, identity, belonging, belief, spirituality, there could be 1 or 2 modern words for that. Faith or religion. Nyungar, like many Indigenous cultures all around the world, have our own form of our faith or religion through our culture. Next, the old fellows taught us about our knowledge system, our Cardigan. Cardigan's our knowledge system, where all people understood and knew the relationship between the sun, the stars, the moon, the plants, the animals, the waterways and the seasons, and how we lived in those environments. Anybody want to learn about the sun and the stars and the moon and the plants and the animals today, they have to go to university and learn about science. My old people had that knowledge of how we looked after this land. But it was interesting with science, because it was a scientist by the name of Francis Colburton in 1883, first termed the word eugenics to his audience in a place called London. In 1883, and that was eugenics, a scientific study. Next, the old fellows taught us about our court Wern. Court is the art, Wern is the spirit. Bringing them together, it's our well-being. And they taught us about our bush foods, our medicines, our ceremonies, our sites, and our social interactions. And they knew when we were out of balance, physically, emotionally, mentally, how to use this system to bring us back into balance. And that was a health system. And the old people taught us that these 4 key things were connected to our Buja, our land, because they knew we look after country, country would look after us. This one here represents our elders, our British, because it was their responsibility of looking at the system and making sure that our laws and our customs were never broken. And that was functioning on this land for many generations, where the sun would always rise in the east and set in the west. The moon eventually rises in the east and sets in the west. And when our old people pass and they leave this place and they go to the next part of the dreaming, a place called Caranup, which is over the west where the sun sets. And the only time that ever return is in our dreams and our subconsciousness to give us guidance and support of maintaining our laws and our customs. So that was functioning on this land for many generations. Unfortunately, in the early 1800s, some people came and they saw this system and they ignored this system. And they imposed new laws and customs onto this land. And through that very short period of time, we had our disruption to our elders and our British. We had disruption to our Morse and our family. We had disruption to our culture and our language. We had disruption to our knowledge system of how we looked after this land. All of a sudden, we had no say in how our land was being divvied up. And we had disruption to our well-being because we couldn't get access to the sites and the ceremonies, because all of a sudden we were trespassing on Crown land or private property. And these key things disconnected us from our budget. And that's where my community is today, picking up the pieces of this disruption. Disruption that people sometimes call colonisation. I want to acknowledge that colonisation happened in many parts of the world long before it arrived here and long after it arrived here. In fact, it's happening in the world today, and we only have to look at the morning, evening and any news in between to see it happening in other parts of the world. But I can only talk about the impacts colonisation had on my country, my culture, my people, our values, and our responsibilities and purpose. So despite all this disruption, my people's spirits are still here. Despite all this disruption, our spirit stories are still here. Despite all this disruption, we are still here. Throughout this disruption, many others have come. You are here. We are here. This is my home. This is your home. This is our home. And my ancestors would be very angry with me if I did not tell you the history of this place that you may not learn in this system. I just ask the old fellows to walk with us and guide us to understand the history, understand where we are today, but understand a better future for tomorrow. Mama, just look after us and keep us safe as we get home. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nick. I could listen to you all day talking. That was wonderful. Thank you. Okay, it is now my pleasure, and I'd like you to join me in welcoming to the stage Tourism WA's Managing Director, the ever-fabulous Miss Carolyn Turnbull.
Hello, how's everyone today? My gosh, we finally made it. Thank you, Kim, and thank you, Nick, for that absolutely moving welcome to country. Well, before we kick off, I too would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land we gathered on here this afternoon together and pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. It's been a journey, as Kim mentioned, but before we kick off this afternoon, I'd like to acknowledge a few special guests with us today. Deputy Premier, Deputy Chair Manny Papadoulis of Tourism WA. I don't think he's yet with us, but very soon. Commissioner Anique Brown, very welcome to you, and to Kevin Brown, Commissioner of Tourism WA Board and CEO of Perth Airport. AHA representative this afternoon, David DeGarris, who's the Media and Communications Manager. Tourism Council Western Australia Chair Andrew Hill, good afternoon, and to CEO Evan Hall. To WATOC Chair Doc Reynolds and CEO Robert Taylor, who I believe are online with us this afternoon, and representatives from all of the RTOs, from Business Events Perth, and all of the Tourism WA's valued funded partners, and all other distinguished guests here with us this afternoon. At our last industry update that we presented at, I promised you all that the next one would be our unveiling of our new Tourism Global campaign, our new Tourism Global brand, I should say, and now that day is upon us. It's my absolute pleasure to be here with you today and have so many of us together as an industry joining this afternoon with close to 300 in the room and I think around 250 online, as Kim mentioned. And really, I think we should start by giving ourselves a round of applause. I'm sure that you've all seen quite a bit of coverage in the last 24 hours. Yesterday morning, around 7:30 a.m, the Premier and the Deputy Premier came together to officially launch the new aspirational, emotive and unique global campaign that Western Australia is now walking on a dream. Many of you have been a part of this journey, as Kim mentioned as well, and the process and development of Walking on a Dream, and I hope that you are all as excited as I am and as excited as the entire team at Tourism WA is. And I'd like to extend a huge thank you and an appreciation to all of the team at Tourism WA. Your hard work and dedication to delivering excellence is certainly celebrated yesterday and today and into the months and years ahead. Walking on a Dream targets the high value, or I guess we can call them the high yielding traveller, and invites potential visitors to come to our state to explore the awe-inspiring attributes that make Western Australia a wondrous, dreamlike place. These attributes include aspects such as the vast, jaw-dropping landscapes, supernatural colour contrasts, otherworldly phenomena, immersive connections and authentic characters, and one-of-a-kind experiences that inspire a sense of unparalleled freedom. Walking on a Dream was developed in close consultation with travel industry stakeholders across the 5 regions across the state of Western Australia, and through working really closely with our WA's Aboriginal tourism sector and the Aboriginal elders from across the community. Our aim was to develop a new brand that was truly inspired by WA's unique Aboriginal culture in an artistic, authentic way, and an aligned vision with our GINA WA Aboriginal Tourism Action Plan, with a vision and a real aspiration to position Western Australia as the premier Aboriginal tourism destination in the country. Collectively, we have all worked together to develop Western Australia's first destination brand that truly unites people to connect community, place and environment, and ultimately conserving that beautiful culture that we're all so proud of. I firmly believe, and I will say with a great sense of confidence and pride here with you all today, that I truly believe that we've achieved that. We set out with that clear vision at the tail end of last year to raise and elevate our beautiful destination, and I think the day has come. Walking on a Dream is all about growing awareness, of course. We're all here to drive, strong visitation and great returns for you as industry, and driving consideration for Western Australia as a truly aspirational destination in the minds of our international and interstate visitation. You will have seen our incredible new brand wrapped in the West Australian today. And while Walking on a Dream is targeted to a global audience, we also feel that it's really important that we continue that great local, statewide advocacy that we garnered so well during the COVID period with Wander Out Yonder. And I think we can all be really proud and feel connected with the great work that the team has unveiled. So with the new tourism brand and identity for Western Australia that provokes that essence of spirit of adventure, we will make sure that the state shines in a highly competitive and cluttered marketplace that we know that in a post-COVID world is something that we really need to tackle, that we really need to embrace, and we need to confidently own. As I mentioned, the emotive, creative approach of Walking on a Dream celebrates Western Australia's Aboriginal cultures. And the brand films that we'll be showing you shortly will feature the incredible performances of WA-born Aboriginal dancers Rika Hamaguchi and Ian Wilkes. You may have heard of their names before, but we were very, very proud to align ourselves with world-class dancers. Rika is Sydney-based but a Broome girl, performing for the likes of Bangarra. She's had world-class experience, and Ian is a Noongar man here from Perth, working with CO3. Their elegant movements throughout the Walking on a Dream brand films represents a modern interpretation of the duality of cultures, the ancient and the contemporary that we have here in Western Australia. The full suite of video assets were shot on location with a Western Australia-led film crew and feature some of the most awe-inspiring, iconic locations. The Walking on a Dream concept will be used for all Tourism WA marketing activities, not just for this year, not for next year, not for the future years, for many years to come. This is our new brand. It is a brand that will last the test of time and leave a legacy for our industry. It's a brand that truly exudes excellence. It's simple, it's elegant, and it's absolutely sophisticated, and it will elevate the representation of our stunning state. Our marketing activities have already kicked off, and the team are here to give you a really in-depth insight into the great activity that is planned so that you all can leverage and understand how to best work with us. Kicking off was the unveiling of our new consumer website, an asset that has been long in the making, and that went through a soft launch last week, westernaustralia.com. It's already been transformed to use Walking on a Dream, creative treatment, and the regional tourism products, the itineraries, accommodation and experiences across the state are all featured in this amazing new online tool. To join the brand films we are about to show you, we needed an incredible and powerful soundtrack to truly captivate the imaginations of our future visitors, ignite their senses and reaffirm the perception of Western Australia as the dream state. The stars have truly aligned in the skies over Western Australia, and with Australian electronic group Empire of the Sun, led by WA-raised frontman Luke Steele, who came on board this amazing journey with us and re-recorded their hit single, which I'm sure you're all familiar with, Walking on a Dream, for use in our new brand film. This soundtrack is the ideal complement to the visuals, working together in perfect harmony to embody the key elements that make Western Australia the destination that dreams are made of. It's amazing what can be achieved when so many talented people come together and share their ideas, imagination and passion for what we do, and the result in our new global campaign and identity for Western Australia is truly beautiful. While today celebrates the achievement of one more strategic milestone for the Western Australia tourism sector, this is just the first step, and there'll be many more throughout our journey to elevate Western Australia in our key domestic and international markets. There's been so much dedication and passion for ensuring that this entire project is a resounding success for you, the industry. And I have every confidence that the ambitious and bold direction that the team have taken will elevate the profile of Tourism Western Australia and take it to new heights. I would now like to invite Acting Executive Director of Marketing, Melissa Forbes, to the stage, who will provide us with details. Are you coming up now? I was making sure I was on track. Provide details of our journey to ensure that you understand, the important milestone that this means for the state's tourism industry. So welcome to the stage, Mel.
Thanks, Carolyn. Kim's just asked me to bring the Kahoot QR code back up. Some of you missed it, so just for those of you that haven't managed to jump on there and be part of the game, we'll be kicking that off soon, so be a part of it. At Tourism WA, we've got an incredibly passionate and talented bunch of people that have brought this new brand to life over the last few months. While the stunning film asset that you've probably had a little bit of a sneak peek at today, yesterday, but you're going to get to see on the big screen in a moment, is obviously a very important part of the puzzle, particularly over the launch phase. There's so many more layers that are involved with taking this new positioning to the world. So today you're going to hear from the team about how Walking on a Dream will be delivered and the exciting marketing work that we have planned. But to begin, let me take you through a very condensed version of the journey of developing Walking on a Dream. So, as you've heard from both Kim and Carolyn, the new brand was built by yourselves, by the tourism industry, for everyone to harness and use for their benefit. So its foundations came from that mammoth piece of consultation work where we defined Western Australia's strengths, points of difference and key attributes that make us who we are and what we are as a visitor destination. So words like barefoot luxury, otherworldly phenomena, majestic landscapes and big skies, ancient tracks, and of course characters and our people all feature as very important parts of this story. In recent months, we've built this piece of work out further. You'll still see that language littered throughout our marketing, but we've also added the important thematic pillars of time, space, connection and freedom. So these are all key attributes that we know global travellers are seeking from a holiday destination, and all elements that our state can deliver to in spades when applying those our story selling points. So in the beginning of the process, we identified what our key challenges were and what we were up against. Number one was the consistent barrier of time, distance and cost. I'm sure most of you in the room would have heard us refer to those before. Comparatively, Western Australia is just about further from anywhere else. It takes a lot more time to travel here. It also takes a lot longer to travel within Western Australia, being such a big place. And we understand that we're also comparatively not a cheap destination when compared to some of our global competitor destinations as well. So the priority was on ensuring that we represented the value of a West Australian holiday by clearly demonstrating that the experiences that this state has on offer were worthy of the time, distance and cost commitments to get here. We also knew that awareness of WA could have been better. While we never switched off our marketing or promoting WA in key markets during the pandemic, we did take more of a softly approach. So there has been some time since we've been out shouting about who we are and what we have on offer. We also knew that in some markets it was difficult for consumers to define what was unique about Western Australia and what made us different to the rest of Australia. So globally, in some cases, we were getting lumped as just another part of Australia and quite often overlooked for an East Coast option. And finally, but not least expected, COVID interrupted global travel in a way like none of us could have ever expected. So what was really needed was a reintroduction and reacquaintance to the world in a big, bold fashion. From an opportunities perspective though, flipping that on its head, the pandemic was also a reset moment for us and for us to kind of take the opportunity to do things differently and look at the way we spoke about ourselves. We did know that the destination marketing space globally was the most cluttered and the most competitive it ever has been. We've got destinations the world over trying to win back market share after the global pandemic and try and reach new audiences. So what we needed was a platform that would stand out from the noise and build memorability in a traveller's mind. As marketers, we know that in most cases, we've usually only got a matter of seconds to catch audience attention and leave them with a takeout message. So we needed to do something clever and outsmart rather than outspend our competitors. So to do this, we took the path of looking at leveraging emotion through music and distinct visual assets and being bold and brave to leave the audience with something that they would remember. Finally, we also took the opportunity to leverage some of our state plans and strategies. So as Carolyn mentioned, we took great inspiration from the GINA plan, our Aboriginal Tourism Action Plan. And we were also very lucky to be in the position where last December, the state government announced a $195 million Reconnect package. So that provided us with a significant opportunity to really make a big impact when we launched a new brand. So why do we have a brand and what's our ultimate objective? Well, ultimately, we want to try and increase the awareness, the desire and the consideration for Western Australia. We know that if people have Western Australia on their radar, when they're looking for a holiday, that when we run our trade partnerships, when we're working with airlines, when we're putting out itineraries, deals, special offers, we're much likely to get bookings and conversions if that awareness and desire is already very high. Our audience insight. So when we're looking at who we're talking to, Carolyn mentioned high-yielding travellers. What we do, the person that we keep in mind when we're marketing, so when we're creating copy, when we're selecting images, when we're crafting marketing material, this is the person that we keep in mind. So high-yielding travellers have an adventurous spirit. They seek authentic experiences beyond the expected, fuelled by a desire to get away from the well-known and the well-trodden. High-yielding travellers are also people that stay longer, generally spend more, disperse into the regions and also have a much greater likelihood of engaging with tour operators and undertaking experiences while they're here, so ultimately delivering more to our visitor economy. In taking all of those elements on board, our challenges, our opportunities, everything we knew about our audience and who we were trying to attract, we worked with local brand agency, to start to curate the creative output for our new brand. So I'm going to read the next couple of slides verbatim because I think they really clearly just tell what we've tried to do. So we wanted to show how every part of the natural world can be interconnected, taking inspiration from Aboriginal culture. The people, the animals, the plants, and even the landforms can be seen as interconnected celestial bodies in constant conversation with each other. When visualised through this lens, Western Australia truly is a wondrous, otherworldly and dreamlike place to explore, the perfect place to provoke the spirit of adventure within high-yielding travellers. That then became our creative idea. And our creative idea was to show Western Australia as a dreamlike place. So just like a dream, sometimes everything is quite real and sometimes it's otherworldly. And what we wanted to do was blur the lines between reality and dreamscape and give our communications the visual uniqueness needed to be both memorable and unique to Western Australia. You all know our global positioning line, Western Australia, walking on a dream. So the word walk was an invitation to explore, and dream presented our state as otherworldly, magical, and something that needs to be seen to be truly understood. The elements of our story was a connection story. So we had two people who find each other in a dream, and as they move throughout the landscapes of Western Australia, they awaken a deeper connection with the land on which they walk, and the land responds to them as well. The talent, Carolyn has already mentioned, so we worked with two amazing talent, Rika Hamaguchi and Ian Wilkes, both of them incredibly passionate about this project themselves and the connection that they both have with the land themselves, and it was an amazing journey to bring them along as well. And lastly, but most importantly, we had the most amazing track to work with. And I won't say too much about this because you're going to hear a little bit more about the process. But ultimately, the lyrics of this song just did exactly what we needed them to. So we had searching for the thrill of it, the awe of what's in front of me, two people become one. They just really, it hit the nail on the head for us. And it was when the agency, the creative agency we were working with, suggested it to us, I don't think anyone could question the selection of this track and why we wouldn't use it. So without further ado, I'm going to ask Carolyn to come up here and show you the new films and then talk to you more about the story behind the music.
All right, let's get the show on the road. Okay, so the video that you're about to see will be introduced by Noongar Marman, Nick Abraham, who you met a little earlier, and he will introduce the suite of work by talking to you about his culture, which inspired Walking on a Dream, before introducing each of the shorter videos alongside the 4 story pillars that we have mentioned a few times, which really underpin our brand and tell that WA special story, those key elements of time, space, connection and freedom. So before we press play, let's set the scene. And I do encourage you all to shut your eyes and imagine yourself in a dream world. So welcome to Western Australia, the dream state. Western Australia is a dreamlike, otherworldly place. It's a place of natural wonders, bubblegum pink lakes and horizontal waterfalls. Our world explores this unique land in the form of a dream, a metaphor for the natural connection felt by those who come here. Just like a dream, there is a subtle blur between reality and otherworldly, a rhythm, a flow, a metaphysical conversation between people and place. It is now my absolute pleasure to share with you Western Australia, Walking on a Dream.
As the oldest living culture on this planet, we are connected to this land like no other. Through the eyes of my people, everything around us, as far as we can see, the birds, the plants, the animals, the budget are all alive, spiritual bodies sharing the same environment. Everything is related to each other, and when you walk upon this country with your heart open, it will talk back and maybe teach you something about what's most important.
Is it real now? I can feel it. Walking on a dream. How can I explain? Talking to myself. Will I see again? We are always running for the thrill of it. Always pushing up the hill, searching for the thrill of it. On and on we are, calling out and out again. Never looking down, just to know what's in front of me. Is it real? Could you think I'll become walking on a dream?
Over 60,000 years of stories shared by the world's oldest living culture on earth. Stories that bring country to life. Traditions that have been handed down across generations. And experiences across the state and seasons.
Is it real now?
Walking on a dream. How can I explain? Talking to myself. Will I see again?
Is it real now? Could you think I'll become walking on a dream?
Western Australia is otherworldly, majestic landscapes and big sky country, supernatural contrast of colour, sheer scale and spaciousness, quiet, powerful, soulful.
Is it real now?
Walking on a dream. How can I explain? Talking to myself. Will I see again?
Is it real now? Could you think I'll become walking on a dream?
Western Australia is full of characters and rich with culture, a special place where connecting with the land helps you connect with yourself. Locals with a warm, welcoming and generous spirit who share our culture, lands and our way of life.
Is it real now?
Walking on a dream. How can I explain? Talking to myself. Will I see again?
Is it real now? Could you think I'll become walking on a dream?
Western Australia is brimming with special and rare experiences for those seeking the freedom to embark on new adventures. Luxury, but not as we know it. One-of-a-kind experiences set on nature's doorstep, relaxed and down to earth, the freedom to embark on every kind of unforgettable adventure.
Is it real now?
Walking on a dream. How can I explain? Talking to myself. Will I see again?
Is it real now? Could you think I'll become walking on a dream?
Well, we're connected to the land through many forms, but one of the most important ones is our moral, our families, our bloodlines and our connections to who we are and our places of country or where we come from. But we're also connected through our culture, which is our language and our identity and our belonging and our beliefs and our spirituality. We're also connected through our knowledge system about the natural environment, of the sun, the stars, the moon, the plants, the animals, the waterways, the seasons, how we interacted and survived sustainably on those environments. But we're also connected through our well-being, which comes from our bush foods, our medicines, our ceremonies, our sites, and our social interactions that our old people taught us that are connected to our budget, and they're all integral parts of keeping our country, our spirituality, and our people alive.
I hope you found those as inspiring as we all do, and I really hope that you love them. But before we invite some very special guests to the stage, I wanted to share some exciting, some exciting media highlights that we've seen over the last 24 hours since the launch.
This is a fantastic campaign. First campaign I've seen in 25 years of involvement in Tourism WA, where the first initial glance grabs me and says this is a message about Western Australia. It's dynamic, it's uplifting, and it sells the message of the dream of travelling to Western Australia.
I think that this sort of aspirational brand for Western Australia is going to be a fantastic showcase of the state and our region, Australia Southwest.
I think it's going to be fantastic. I think it really talks about an aspirational traveller who wants to engage with otherworldly experiences and do amazing things and truly immerse yourself in beautiful experiences somewhere completely foreign.
Because Walking on a Dream has already a huge audience worldwide. It's got that familiarity, it's got that strong emotive appeal. Pairing that with the imagery from Western Australia and the experiences that we have is a very clever way of communicating what it is that we have to offer in this state.
You know, just amazing actually. I feel quite emotional. It's just beautiful. It's all of WA. The artists, Luke Steele, the images, either the advertising agency, it's all WA about WA. So honestly, I actually had a few tears in my eyes.
It's this diversity, north, south, east, west, Esperance to Kununurra. And this, for the very first time, has encapsulated everything under one banner, and we're walking on a dream.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's aspirational. It will showcase Western Australia like we've never done so before. I think the emotion behind it will really be grabbed by all viewers, and I think it will position us in a very unique space.
A dreamlike dance, an underwater romance, and a flying whale is how WA is being pitched to the world.
In a highly cluttered and competitive marketplace, we want to be a bucket list destination. We want to be seen as an awe-inspiring place to visit.
WA's new pitch to the world, stunning scenes and reimagined hit song to lure travellers to a dream destination. The theme is Walking on a Dream with the hit song, the centrepiece.
The campaign will be promoted in 11 countries around the world. It will be promoted in the eastern states. Be promoted in Western Australia.
Frontman WA raised Luke Steele writing the lyrics in an Osborne Park studio inspired by a swim at iconic Scarborough Beach.
Great work, Tourism West Australia, to the West Australian Government and industry. Fantastic, well done, and look forward to being part of this great campaign.
Oh, I'm too emotional to bring you on stage. Oh, look, without further ado, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome Luke Steele and his absolutely stunning daughter, Sunny, to the stage to have a few words. He said that's a bit fancy, isn't it?
It's a bit fancy.
I think he's
Me
a bit...
and Carolyn were talking before, and this is going to be the new dress code for Crown Casino. Just thought I'd mention that. So you guys. Wow.
I'll sit with you.
It's pretty exciting. You guys excited? I'm WA's golden boy here now, aren't I?
Can you hear me? Yeah, great. Well, this is a really intimate, special moment to have Luke and Sunny with us today. I think what this shows to us is that our new brand is all about human connection. When we reached out to Luke and planted this idea, what really resonated with us at the time is that Western Australia still holds such an incredible place in your heart, Luke. How did you feel?
It really was a great honour being asked. You know, the last 15 years ago I wrote this song, and I've gone on and on about this, but this song was a gift from God. It was quite clear when this song came to us, and it came out the week that Sunny was born, so she was the blessing for this whole thing. And I was the fortunate conduit that got to tour the world and, you know, sing this song everywhere, you know, from... I always start with Lithuania to Scotland to Puerto Rico to, you know, America and of course Australia. So yeah, when Carolyn and tourism came and said, well, why don't we reimagine and reshape this? And you know, I thought, you know, what a great honour. You know, I've been lucky enough to have this gift. Now this can be a gift for all of our people, you know, in WA.
Amazing.
How was that? I really need some media training, you know. It's so nerve-wracking, this thing.
Just incredible. I'm rather starstruck. I mean, you know, the audience yesterday morning and the media have gone completely crazy over Luke and Sunny and your family this week, and you can see from the media highlights that, you know, not only is Luke a local boy, but, you know, certainly a global citizen, and having spent so many years abroad and residing in California now, we are just so proud to have collaborated with yourself and Sunny, and to know that you were born a week after the original track went out and it went viral, and, you know, with 600 million downloads on Spotify, I think we can confidently say as a jurisdiction in Western Australia that we are now on the global stage, and I think this song in a reimagined way and just perfectly complements our brand and our landscapes and that awe-inspiring vision that Western Australia really is. Sunny, I'd just love to hear, you know, you're following in your dad's footsteps, and being born into the world of music and you know, going on that journey, and I'm sure you've heard the song a few times during your 13 years.
Yes, I have. Sorry to say I'm kind of getting a bit tired of it, to be honest, but, you know, don't really want to say that to my dad, but yeah, I've heard it a few times, and it's an honour to, you know, collaborate with my father on this new version of it, and I'm so excited that it represents WA as well.
Oh, well said. She used to get paid when we used to cut vocals when she was young. I'd be, I'll get you an ice cream later. But now it's like, I want some perfume. It's starting to get it.
So Luke, you're a world-class performer. You know, you and Nick Littlemore have come back together in the studio in California.
She keeps going on about this. You want a credit, don't you?
And
I was going to say Mrs. Turnbull was officially in Empire of the Sun.
Imagine when we launch this to the US market, the party's going to be huge. Yeah. But that moment in the studio, I hear, was quite special. You know, it was a gift from God many years ago, and I hear that, you know, this magical moment of reimagining it with Sunny and Nick. Tell us how that process unfolded.
Can I tell you the story, to cut a short story long?
The real story.
So we did go down to Scarborough Beach and have a break, but at the time Nick was dating this girl, and she was on a retreat in the Amazon jungle. And she she got really sick, and we went down the beach, and on the way back he bought about 25 phone cards, and he laid them all out, and I just watched him try every one, and he couldn't get through, and then, just looked at me, and we said, all right, let's go to the recording studio, So we walk in, and then it was like a lightning bolt from God, and that's what they say when, 2 or more come in my name, I'll be there. So this song was like a prayer, reaching out, saying, we're one, and, prayer is very strong and it works, so, yeah.
Oh, that's
I
absolutely...
tried to keep it short, but then, obviously it was, meant to be for us, and it was such a blessing, a song about love and hope and unification, and
It's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And I think life is all about timing and bringing this vision to life together with Luke and Sonny. Life's come full circle in a way, right, Luke?
It has, yeah. It really is just amazing how things work, right? It's this coming about, reshaping it, and us coming back to Australia, and probably moving now that you're in the band and stuff. Yeah. But, and I think after the pandemic, everything's so much more contrasting now when we're over there. All you want to do is get back to the motherland, and see all you guys. So, it's such an honour to relaunch this campaign, and I think it's so beautiful, the way that it came out with all the visuals, and it has a slight psychedelic edge, which is Australia's like that, right? You head out into the wilderness, you're into the water. There is a magic here that we're lucky enough to have, right? Let me hear amen. Yeah.
Family first. You're a real family man, Luke. Coming back with your beautiful children and your beautiful wife that's with us today, and reuniting with your family after several years. Talk us through. You're here for a few weeks. You're heading out into the regions. What are you looking forward to, and what do you love most about WA, and what are you looking forward to experiencing when you're home?
Well, the first week we did this is where I dropped out of art school. This is where I went to school. This is where I kissed my first girlfriend. So that we've done all that stuff. We've been to Red Rooster. I just want to, this sounds really bad, but I really want to go to Hungry Jack's and get a Whopper with cheese. The Dog Swamp one, where I used to work. Yeah. Come a long way from the Dog Swamp, Hungry Jack's. And then head down south to all the places I used to go as a kid on surf trips, with my brother and friends. Dunsborough, Yellingup, Coromut Bay, Margaret River, of course, and, all that beautiful west coast down there. Maybe head out to Kalgoorlie, where I used to play with the old man sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it really is magical being back. We're just, after being away for so long, and it's just such a beautiful country we've got here.
And Sonny,
I've got to tear up.
Sonny, you and Cruz, growing up in LA and being back here with your grandparents, I'm sure they're loving having you home. I hear there's been quite a smorgasbord over the weekend of grandma's delights. What have you experienced, and what are you looking forward to, and how does life compare to California versus here? We're on the West Coast, right? So it shouldn't be that much different.
No. Well, it's pretty full on in America right now, in California and stuff. But, when we landed in WA, there was just like a weight that kind of lifted off our shoulders.
Yeah,
it's weird.
There's
like
no traffic, and you guys are so calm and
so chill, dude.
So chill.
I was worded up not to go on about America, so don't talk about America.
But it's just a weight been lifted off my shoulders, and I'm so excited for the future and what's to come, and I hope I, grow up to be great like my father.
Oh,
Legend.
Yeah.
So neat.
I don't know about growing up. I mean, you might be 13, but by God, you've already, started your band. Tell us about your band, the name of the band, and you're collaborating with Gomez, I hear?
Yeah, so my band Ghost Remote, it's a temp band name, but yeah, we're just finished our album, and so we're just touching it up, and yeah, I'm collaborating with Gomez's Ian Ball's son Moa Ball, and so that's our band, and we've got an album ready to go, and so yeah, very excited for the future.
Look out, Billie Eilish.
Yeah, who's Billie Eilish? Oh, that's absolutely incredible. And Sonny's younger brother, Cruz, who's only 8, he's just submitted his first pack to Steven Spielberg, so go figure. So talk about WA talent right here. Look, can't thank you enough. The collaboration speaks for itself. It's absolutely incredible. But I kind of feel like just throwing out maybe 1 or 2 questions only. I know we're kind of caught for time, but I just think 2 questions from the crowd just for fun. If anyone has a question, don't be
questions.
nervous.
Thank
He's a
you.
really
Good
cool
night.
guy. Okay, the lady in the centre. Good question. Which version do you prefer?
They're all my children, No, I think the first version, it's like Coca-Cola, or the Big Mac. You can't compare with it. So this, we had to remember what was so great about that, and that was the spirit, the beauty, the simplicity, and yeah. Is that all right?
That's good. Yeah. That's great. I think the reimagination is on point.
Yeah.
One more?
Oh, geez, tough crowd, eh?
All right. If there's no other questions, I think the heartfelt responses that you shared with the crowd is, amazing. Luke and Sonny, we're so proud to be friends and family now, and we look forward to continuing to collaborate as the brand evolves. As I said earlier, this is the first phase of magic, and I really do believe that the Walking on a Dream platform is an expression of the beauty of our destination, the beauty of friendship, that human connection that I continue to reference. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Turnbull. Thank you.
Thank you. And you get the unenviable job of following the rock star. So just to talk you through what's going to happen now, we're going to hear from each of the senior leaders of our marketing team to tell you about the different components that we use to bring this campaign to life. They're then going to take a seat on the panel, and we've got time for questions afterwards. So as they go, if you do have a question that you'd like to ask, the phone number that you can text it through to is just on that sheet of paper that was on your chair. So Ange, take it away. Thank you.
Thanks, Mel. Okay. So today, the 7th of September 2022, Western Australia Walking on a Dream went live in paid media across the country. Our aim was to connect with as many Australians in our key markets of New South Wales, Victoria and Queensland to build awareness and consideration of Western Australia as the most desirable destination of choice. Our media strategy set out to provoke high-yielding travellers to discover and consider Western Australia for their next adventure during habitual moments of daydreaming. Guiding the media placement were 3 key planning principles: impactful environments, fewer, bigger, bolder, utilising fewer, more impactful, higher-reaching formats that add scale and talkability of our new brand campaign. Creative conscious, utilising formats that celebrate the creative and deliver the role of building brand awareness of the new brand platform. Monumental moments, capitalising on cultural moments that provide the opportunity for the campaign to intersect culture and embed our story into the conversation in moments that resonate. Today, our new brand films are live across TV in Sydney, Yeah, live across TV screens in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane and Perth. So turn on your television screens tonight. And will air for the next 4 weeks. We know that the media landscape is fragmented and our traveller is consuming content across multiple devices. So supporting linear TV will be catch-up TV, YouTube and online video to expand the reach and awareness of the new campaign. To capitalise on monumental moments, we have secured a partnership with Nine across the highly anticipated NRL finals season, with our brand film also going live to air in one of the most highest rating programs of the year, the NRL Grand Final on the 2nd of October, reaching over 2 million people. And for travellers who are not NRL fans, we've secured the brand film to go live to air in Australia's version of the Super Bowl, the AFL Grand Final, on the 24th of September, reaching over 3 million people. A Sunrise partnership will go live in October, seeing Sam Mack broadcast the weather from Western Australia. Nat Barr will also come to Western Australia and spend time travelling the state, ready to take her love and passion for our dream state to her Sunrise fans early in January, just as people are planning their holidays for 2023. Today, our new brand creative has wrapped the Sydney Morning Herald, The Age in Melbourne, the Courier Mail in Brisbane, and our very own The West Australian, with a call to action to our brand new website. We have also wrapped all regional newspapers across the state with localised front cover creative. 47 iconic and premium large format out-of-home sites will go live across Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane in September and October, reaching a combined audience of over 7 million people. In Perth, St George's Terrace and Yagan Square will showcase the creative to help build advocacy of the new brand platform amongst local Western Australians. And for the hard-to-reach traveller who doesn't consume traditional media, we have planned a highly targeted video-led approach showcasing the new brand creative and of our dreamlike state through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Spotify. For local Western Australians, we have partnered with Perth is OK to maximise local advocacy through a competition encouraging Western Australians to share our dream state through their social media. So walking on a dream belongs to all businesses and tourism operators in Western Australia. To assist, we have created an industry toolkit, providing information on how to leverage the new brand in your marketing activities. It can be as simple as using otherworldly imagery, weaving in dreamlike languaging and using the new hashtag. The toolkit can be downloaded from our corporate website, the Tourism WA corporate website. So now, it's quiz time. The fun starts. So I just want everyone to pull out their phones. You may have to refresh your browsers. I'll just give you a couple of minutes. Just as everyone pulls out the phone. The QR code, the PIN. Okay. Excuse me. Are you able to bring the QR code up again? Yeah, thank you. New PIN, 433649. And everyone online as well? Yeah. Go. Okay. All right, the first question. Okay, we're waiting for everyone to get in. There's some really good prizes. There's some really good prizes. Yes. Everyone loves a quiz. Yeah. Now, I have to remind everyone as well, you've got to be really fast. It's the first person, so speed matters. So be quick, be quick. Don't procrastinate. Get your answers in. Okay, the first question. Okay. All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay, what is the new brand tagline? Walking on sunshine, I walk the line, walking on a dream, walking in a winter wonderland. All right, the next question. Okay, the next question. What is the traditional name for Rottnest? Wandin up, wager up, wodgem up, Rotto. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So I would now like to introduce Corey Gale, Senior Manager for Content.
Thank you so much, Ange, and hi everyone online and in the room. It's well known that I do love a LinkedIn post, maybe here and there. If I haven't met you before, you probably have seen one of my product updates about the many great news stories we have to tell. I also do love my Instagram, so I'm going to kick off today with the incredible thrill of having a brand new global hashtag for Tourism WA, which is hashtag WA the Dream State. So we now just have the one evergreen and global hashtag. No more hashtag this is WA, no more hashtag wander out yonder. So please take that away and start adding that to all of your Instagram posts. Put that on your Facebook post, put that on your Twitter post. Make sure you share the Facebook feed video that we shared yesterday morning. Help us get that virality as an industry and as one tourism family to make sure we can really be a powerful unit and to get this new platform out there across your Instagram and your Twitter as well. So that's my first takeaway today. But over the course of this week, the Tourism WA social media channels will feature content that profiles the 5 regions. That'll be through our feed and our stories with dreamlike experiences that we have selected and are carefully working with our regional tourism organisations. With the click-through to editorial that is on the brand new westernaustralia.com. It'll also have these wonderful gift stickers, which you can see moving and animating up on the screen behind me, for Esperance, Ningaloo Reef, Perth, the Kimberley, Margaret River, and also Western Australia. So there is one just for the whole state. So all you need to do is jump into your Instagram or Facebook stories, select the GIF search function, and type in those names. You can also type in WA, the Dream State, and they will come up. From next week, we'll kick off a series of Beam the Dream live streams on Facebook and Instagram, bringing the WA Dream right onto the devices and into the buses, trains, ferries, offices, lounge rooms, and probably sometimes when people are laying in bed sleeping, when they're not sleeping but should be sleeping on their phone, to our global followers, to showcase an organic, authentic Western Australian experience in real time. Again, there'll be one live stream for each of our 5 regions. And you, our local adventurers, you live the dream every day. You bring the stories to life much more than I do as an employee of Tourism WA, a very proud employee there, but you're the one that actually gets out in the regions and delivers the experiences. You share that dream to our global followers. This will occur through the videos of the recent Neki shoot and ongoing user-generated content that we repurpose from the content that you actually put out to market. So please use that hashtag, WA the Dream State, so we can consider your videos and photos for repurposing alongside our West Australian wanderers. Combined with our locals that have iPhones and are very, very much activated, you organically show off what we have to offer. This week, we also have the first of 2 travel influencer famils taking place. The inspiration for the famil is to bring East Coast and international content creators to WA who are keen to meet or reconnect with a local creator and go on a bit of an adventure together. The content they will capture will be shared across their social channels and can be repurposed across the Tourism WA social media channels for additional exposure. We've also flagged those with our very wonderful friends at Tourism Australia. And from an earned and advocacy perspective, as you can see up on the screen, we are very, very excited to be working with global football star Sam Kerr. Sam is Fremantle born and bred. She needs no introduction. Heading into 2023, she's widely regarded as the world's best female footballer. She just recently appeared for the very first time with a female footballer on the front of a FIFA game cover. She'll be wearing the hopes of our wonderful nation heading into the FIFA Women's World Cup next year as the captain of the Matildas. So she's an absolutely wonderful ambassador for us to have. The hilarious and charming Applecross-raised Joel Creasy, who recently fronted a domestic partnerships campaign with 10 Traveller, will be emceeing an upcoming Tourism WA event in Sydney. While Parmelia's very own Megan Gale, wonderful supermodel, is working on editorial opportunities and an upcoming lifestyle broadcast. And as Ange touched on earlier, Channel 7 and Bunbury's very own Natalie Barr will be sharing her love for WA through a Sunrise partnership and her personal social channels. If you jump on and have a look at their channels today, you'll see their wonderful love and expression for WA. These outstanding WA personalities have a natural affinity to our state, influencing their global followers across the east coast of Australia, the US, the UK and beyond. And this is only the beginning. We're having conversations with many other ambassadors and high-profile partnerships that will be unlocking over the next 6 to 12 months as the campaign progresses. The head office public relations managers will be working very hard to leverage these ambassadors through our ongoing pitching efforts, which of course is complemented by an updated Western Australia media kit. The road trips guide has also been overhauled, now including wildflower itineraries, information on outback station stays, and the Camping with Custodians program. A very valuable part and a prize that you can win today of our media relations is new merchandise. So there's a wonderful little display over here with some incredible whole of Western Australian inspired designed shoes by some local Aboriginal artists exclusively created for Tourism Western Australia. These shoes and message sticks will be given to VIP media and trade as they come and experience what Walking on a Dream offers. I'd also like to update you that we've engaged an East Coast PR agency for a short-term piece of work to consistently pitch Western Australia, our many seasonal experiences, new products and events into key domestic media targets. A series of Dream for Meals have already commenced. The first of 5 media for meals taking across each of the regions actually took place over the weekend up on the Dampier Peninsula and at Shinju Matsuri, a wonderful event up in Broome. All 5 of the regions will be included in this program. In addition to these for meals, 10 ultimate dream stays across some of the state's most bespoke accommodation offerings will be offered to some of Perth's key travel ambassadors, and they literally get the chance to lay in a beautiful bed and dream of WA. One of our quarterly dream meets will be held next month with the local content creation community, scheduled in an ethereal Perth location to amplify the new brand platform and the uptake of the new hashtag WA, the Dream State, and continue harnessing the power of our relentless ambassadors, including yourselves. In closing, in April, Tourism Western Australia hosted the production of a major broadcast opportunity. I can't give away too much yet, but the intention was to generate mass awareness in alignment with this very moment. I encourage you to keep across Talking Tourism for more information as announcements around this partnership approach. And that brings me to more quiz time. Yeah, here we go. What is the new hashtag to use when promoting WA? Hashtag WA the Scream State, hashtag WA the Dream State, the Sleep State, or the Dream Place? That went quite quick. You might need to refresh your browser, and you might have missed that one, sorry. And remember, you can participate virtually as well. Next question. Our next question, and the clue is I'm asking it. So in the AFL 2022 season, which WA-based team finished the highest on the ladder? So it's either the Eagles, the Opals, Wildcats, or up the Dockers. Oh, there's a few that didn't get that one right. Interesting. Clearly didn't look at the top of the WA wrapped paper today. And I'd like to introduce Chris Ampson next to come up on the stage, our Senior Manager of Digital Platforms. Welcome, Chris. Well done.
Hi everyone. Hi to everyone in the room. Hi to everyone at home. It has been a really busy but really exciting 18 months for us in digital platforms. We've had the opportunity to take a really close look at westernaustralia.com and work on a completely new site and reimagine what the site can be and how we can develop it to sit alongside our new brand. So really excited to share that with you today, and I thought a nice way for us to introduce the new site is to look back from dial-up to today at the evolution of westernaustralia.com over the years. So going all the way back to 1998, this wasn't the site, I will show you that in a moment, but I'll just show you how the site looked and loaded, and it just tells a really fascinating story of how the world has changed, how web design has changed, how content has changed, and how all of that has kind of led us to the point and the decisions that we were making as we were looking at the new version of westernaustralia.com. That was it. I think everyone can, well, maybe not everyone can remember those dial-up connection days, but this is what westernaustralia.com looked like in 1998. So this was the very first version of the website. And what I love about this is that it was very much a website of its time. It was 7 links, a search box, and the call to action was to a book. And that was what websites were, because there just wasn't a great deal of content online. But that soon changed, and between 2000 and 2010 we can kind of see that change in the way that the site changed. So there were 3 different versions over that period of time, and you can start seeing as more of the challenges of content and the volume of content get introduced, there's new design techniques that get introduced, like cards and stickers and drop-down menus, and interactive maps start to become a thing where, you know, the challenges were taking information, organising it and structuring it and making it useful to people to help plan holidays. You can also see at this time that the website was beginning to become internationalised. So the graphic in the middle, you can see the flags as the site was beginning to be translated into multiple different languages. That then took us to 2010 to 2016, and it's sometimes hard to or it's sometimes easy to forget that the iPhone was only released in 2007. So prior to this point, websites didn't have to adapt to multiple different screen sizes and different devices. But you can start to see that there were a huge amount of content that was flowing into westernaustralia.com. So menus were beginning to grow. You had drop-down menus, the introduction of cards, the introduction of lots of new tools and experiences. And I think it was at this time, during this era, that westernaustralia.com really became, I think, what we would describe as a mega website. So comprising 10 million words across 6 different languages, with an inventory of 3,500 destinations and product listings, and used by between 2.5 and 3 million people a year. So it was really becoming a very big machine. And that takes us to the most recent version of westernaustralia.com, and I think over this period of time the challenges of content were becoming really apparent. And we see the introduction of mega maps, mega menus, and grids and lists and different structures to try and accommodate that. And as we have had the opportunity to look at westernaustralia.com and how we can take that forward into the next evolution of the site, we set ourselves 4 key principles to sit that design around. So the principles that we have set for that are a clear content hierarchy, usability first, digestible detail, and uncluttered information. And we wanted to have those as items that we could hold ourselves and our design teams to as we went through the process of developing the new site. So we did give the site a very soft launch a week ago, just to make sure that everything was stable and it was all going to work properly when we launched. And fortunately it has. And we're really proud of the result, and we're really proud that this can be a tool that we can use to showcase the fantastic experiences that you all deliver every day. And some of the changes that we've brought into the site to do that as well as we possibly can We've looked at a complete restructuring of the navigation and the hierarchy of information on the site. So users now get what we think is a really beautiful experience for navigation. So it's all image-led. There's 3 simple options at the top of places to visit, places to go, and planning tools. The site's also been designed in such a way that it can grow with the brand over time as well, and it can offer some really high impact placements to continue that journey from the campaigns that we launch. But then equally importantly as the kind of shop window for Western Australia is that it can take people a little further than that and into the trip planning and the experience of putting a trip together. So we've worked really hard at introducing different mechanisms and different tools that can do that for different levels of knowledge about Western Australia. So if you are a user who really doesn't know anything about WA but is wanting to start finding products and experiences that are in alignment with your interests, we've got a quiz that will give you 1 of 7 profiles. That quiz is designed to start introducing you to products and destinations that you can add to a wish list, and that wish list is designed to start taking you into the process of setting up a profile and use a completely custom designed and custom built trip builder that lets you put your trip together day by day, block by block, and if you tell us the dates of the travel that you're thinking, we will introduce you to events and natural experiences that are happening around that time to help encourage regional dispersal and the discovery of new content. So we're really proud that we've had the opportunity to work on westernaustralia.com and bring it to life at such an important moment. And if you haven't had a chance to jump on there yet, we'd really kind of urge you to do so. Would welcome your feedback. The quiz is great fun. Let us know if you think it is in alignment with your interests. And I think just one kind of final point on the website is that a lot of these tools are powered by the Australia Tourism Data Warehouse. And I would just urge everyone to keep ATW listings up to date. That's the source that we use to power a lot of these experiences. So having those up-to-date listings is a fantastic resource for us. Just coming to the end now, so I might just, we're just going to get into the quiz in a moment. So if everyone wants to get their phones ready and charged. Oh, we're there. I'll see if, do we need to give it a moment for everyone to access, or is everyone already in the quiz, ready to roll? Okay. This was the previous question. Here we go. Which member of the band Empire of the Sun was raised in WA? Was it Nick Littlemore, Cav Temperley, Luke Steele, or Katie Steele? That's only an awkward moment for 5 people. Okay, next question. Where will be one of the best places on Earth to see the 2023 solar eclipse? Will it be Albany, Ningaloo, Mandurah, or Meekatharra? Very well done. Well, that's it from me. Just before I'll take a seat, I'd like to invite you to join me in a warm welcome for Mel Johnson, our Senior Manager of Domestic and New Zealand Markets, to talk us through the activity there. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, and good afternoon, everyone. Lots of info, but you made it to the best part, domestic partnerships. So you may have seen, I'm doing my own clicking. Today we launched a flight sale incentive in partnership with Qantas. So the Dream of WA sale is encouraging Aussies to wake up in a dream come true with flights to Perth from just $175. Before you get your phones out, X the East Coast. They are return flights to Perth from $350, available nationally from all capital cities, excluding Perth for obvious reasons. It is being promoted across the Qantas ecosystem media channels, including EDM, social media and digital, and is also bookable via travel agents through the Qantas distribution system. The sale went live this morning at 6 a.m. and is running through till the 15th of September, unless sold out prior. And I think we're going to sell out prior. I think as of 12 p.m. today, 60% of the sale seats had been exhausted, which is a really great result. So thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're thinking probably by this time tomorrow they'll be absolutely out the door, which is a really positive result, obviously, and our strongest of any kind of sale incentive of a similar nature that we've run in the past kind of 12 months. So great to see strong demand for the destination, and obviously Walking on a Dream really resonating. So that will bring thousands of visitors into the state for travel from October this year through to June next year. Following the tactical flight sale, we're then partnering with Qantas Holidays to drive accommodation bookings with a range of premium dream holiday packages across WA. This campaign will launch in the coming days and will also run nationally across media, including above-the-line channels such as out-of-home and print, that really capture the visual nature of the brand, along with display, social and EDM marketing. You can see some of the campaign's creative examples here on the screen, demonstrating how we're really taking the brand and integrating it into our partnership activity with headlines such as "Dive into another world in Western Australia" or "Step into a dream." And you can also probably see that our trade activity is very much playing in the awake space rather than the dream realm, because we need to kind of show actual bookable product. Although, if there is a floating whale shark out there, we'd love to book that. If there's a flying blimp. This campaign will also include a consumer competition to win the ultimate WA dream holiday. And let me tell you, it's a dream holiday. I'll run you through a couple of the inclusions. Business class flights from your nearest capital city, staying at the Intercontinental Perth, heading over to Rottnest, heading up to Ningaloo Reef to swim with whale sharks, stay at Salsalis, staying at Cape Lodge, Margaret River, incredible foodie experiences. A dream, right? And we're also working with on other partnership activity with Qantas that will launch a little later in the year and further leverage our Walking on a Dream brand. So then what? Well, quite a bit. Following Qantas Holidays and over the coming months, we'll be rolling out a robust and diverse partnership calendar across other domestic airlines, retailers, wholesalers and online travel agents. In selecting and briefing our distribution partners, we're really focusing on those partners that allow the strongest brand integration, include content opportunities, align well with our high-yielding traveller audience, and of course, have the potential to drive bookings to and around WA. In the months following launch, this will include luxury escapes, including Kimberley content on their recently relaunched TV program, Luxury Escapes TV, set to air in early October. This will then be followed by Flight Centre, Travel Associates, Webjet and Hello World. These campaigns leverage the brands and the partners' own channels and their sizable audiences, plus several also include paid media buys and training opportunities for their travel consultants. Contracting your product with these partners creates opportunities to be a part of these campaigns, and we're always happy to facilitate a connection or an introduction where of interest. We're also working outside the travel category and looking into non-traditional partnerships to further leverage the new brand. From an Australian-based trade, training and engagement point of view, we recently launched the West Aussie All-Stars. The WAS, hint hint, is an interactive online training program designed to provide Australian-based travel advisors with a greater understanding of WA so that they can build incredible itineraries for all their clients. It showcases our 5 regions through 8 engaging and inspiring modules. It's essentially a deeper dive into WA to what Tourism Australia's Aussie Specialist program provides, and it's really focused on targeting the Australian-based travel trade. We launched the program with an incentive of a $100 gift card for the first 50 to complete all the modules, and we had thought, given the state of the trade since the world's reopened, that this may take quite some time to exhaust just because they have been extremely overwhelmed and stretched with inquiries, but we were delighted to find they were all exhausted within 2 days, which is a really great indication of their desire from their clients and themselves to sell WA. We also offered the chance to win a Willie Creek Pearl and a broom for Mill to personally collect it for 5 winners who completed the program within the first month. And we now have those 5 very excited travel agents heading up to Broome in October. We'll soon be launching a brand module as well to educate travel trade all about the new brand and how they can integrate it into their own marketing activities, and that will be supported by a trade media buy. This program is a living program, so please do keep us up to date on all your news, product developments or events so that we can ensure that that is included. This is our domestic kind of very truncated, had to try to fit it on one slide, summary of kind of the key pieces of work that Ange, Corey, myself have taken you through across paid media, intrastate, interstate, across owned, earned and advocacy, and some of those key partnerships that I just spoke about. Quiz. Oh, back. Just don't want to give away that exciting slide. Okay, are we ready? I'll wait. Oh, Olivia, you're doing well. What does WAS stand for? Naughty Song by Cardi B. West Aussie All-Stars, West Aussie Apple Sellers, none of the above. Well, I think that might be the strongest result yet. Thank you, everyone. No one voted for WAP. Next question. In 2022, direct flights commenced between Victoria and which destination in Australia's southwest? Lewin Estate, Albany, Busselton or Kalgoorlie? 3, 2, 1. Oh. Yes, Busselton, yay. All right, that is all from me. I would now have the great honour of introducing my fabulous colleague, Mr. Tom Upson, the Senior Manager of the Western Hemisphere markets, plus Japan, to provide an update on the key activities in those markets.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Mel. It's a pleasure to be here and see so many of you here, and hi to those online. It's time to talk international. We have 11 markets. We could be here forever, but I'm going to reduce the amount of time. I'm going to put it in a nice little subtle display. So I'll bring you up the beautiful activity plan here and I'll talk you through it. Basically, internationally over the last 4 months, Tourism WA have engaged more agents internationally than any other state tourism organisation, highlighted by the recent successful WA-focused roadshows to the UK, Singapore, Malaysia, and representation at Virtuoso Travel Week. The international markets are not resting. After a busy few months since the borders opening, plans are in place to lead Western Australia and Perth as the Western gateway to Australia. With brand launch yesterday, Tourism WA will be targeting 4 international markets, and they will include New Zealand, Singapore, US and the UK. These markets will have an increased media buy and will, media buy and consist of digital social media, PR and a high impact out-of-home advertising in iconic locations. More specific information on these plans will be shared. The new brand will be supported in all core international markets through trade, PR and media for Mills. Now, coming on to the next slide, I just want to be a little bit biased and say that we've probably got the best destination marketing minds internationally, and our representation markets, out of the 11, I have got great faith that they are going to deliver the Walking on the Dream message. In the UK and Europe, we will be utilising new brands, assets in strategic cooperative marketing campaigns with key distribution partners, including Trailfinders and Donata in the UK, and in Europe, FTI and Connect Ryzen, just to name a few. The Donata partnership will be working with key brands, including Gold Medal and Travel Bag, where we'll be highlighting new brand imagery in a South Bank exhibition on the River Thames. Tourism WA will also be working closely with FTI to bring a large trade media mega family to experience the dream of Western Australia holiday. As you can see also, we'll be working very closely with some key airlines. In New Zealand, we will continue to work with Air New Zealand and Qantas on campaigns integrating the brand. In October, we will see key New Zealand media, trade and partners come together in a celebration of Walking on a Dream. Following that, we will be delivering a range of retail campaigns with Flight Centre, Hello World and House of Travel. In the US, have been working really closely to integrate new brand with key distribution partners in Virtuoso and Down Under Dancers. Media campaigns will also run out shortly with Travel and Leisure and Smithsonian Media Group. Now, Japan. Now, it's recovering slower, and we do know that research has shown that Japanese will be more cautious to return to international travel. However, we will focus on increasing awareness with the Walking on a Dream brand, and we have cooperative marketing agreements ready to go when the time is right. Now, finally, to leverage all the new brand work with media and trade partnerships, all international markets will have multiple famille trips planned to make the dream become reality. Advocacy will play a huge role in creating Western Australia's awareness to product with trade and media. So if you're interested in supporting and being included in the familles, Kim will take you through how to connect with us later. Importantly, with trade familles, there is always a preference to work with operators that are working with trade. So I implore you to try and work with trade where you can. Now, that is all from me. We're going to go to the quiz. So get your phones ready. Christina, looking good. Olivia's been there for a while, so good luck. Where was the first craft brewery opened in Australia? Margaret River, Hobart, Fremantle or Melbourne? Oh. Oh, Margaret River. Oh, B. Look at that. Lauren P, though, not far behind. Here we go. Next question is, what is the traditional Aboriginal name for the Swan River? Yerbal Darrigan, Durbal Yerrigan, the Swanee or Matagarup? And yes, that's a big one. That is the Durbal Yerrigan. Okay, so we'll return. So now I have the pleasure of welcoming and introducing our new Senior Eastern Market Manager, Vivian Lee, to the stage. Make her welcome.
Thanks, Tom, and good afternoon, everyone, including those online. What a beautiful grand stage for my industry social debut, with Luke as my guest appearance. Thank you. I feel warmly welcome as week 3. So further to what my colleague has shared with you about all the global brand launch, including in Singapore, with beautiful creative you just have seen, and the highly impactful wow factor can be expected, in Eastern market, we'll be very focused on strong partnership under the new brand, Walking on a Dream, to ensure we're uplifting the destination and boosting the conversions. Some of you may ask me, Vivian, which market exactly in Eastern market? So those partner campaign will cover currently focused Eastern market, including Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and India. As you can see from this screen, there's a lot of partners, and I really struggled last night to put them all in. To ensure we have a very strong impact and also commercial results. So we will continue to work with our key airline partners to embracing our new brand and also promoting super appealing and competitive airfare for people traveling to Perth. For example, I'm very happy to share that as of this week, we've been the first Australian destination in partnership with Singapore Airlines and the MasterCard India. We just kick off a very strong tactical sale fair, inviting our Indian high-yielding travelers coming to our beautiful state. How beautiful is that? $830 coming to Perth. And also, we will continue working with our global key distribution partners while pitching the new theme and also encouraging developing some new itineraries under the theme of Walking on a Dream. So the feedback we received so far, our global partners are very keen to work with each of you to actually develop more booking dream destination WA products and itineraries. So they are very looking forward, and this will be of great beneficial for our regional disposal, and also promote many more new products that are international trade ready. I just want to quickly touch here, it's worth to mention that our team has been very innovative and proactive on securing those really big brand partnership in the market. For example, you can see from second line, Grab, which is Southeast Asian Uber. We're going to have some really amazing collaboration with them soon to ensure and expand our new brand visibility and reach. And for those markets very important for us also, such as Hong Kong and China, because there's still a lot of border reopening uncertainties, our team are still proactively doing all the keep the lights on marketing campaigns via social media, such as leveraging the latest Asian C-pop star J Cho's music video, live streaming, and trade engagement. The team are very busy now working under the new brand localization, and that we are ready to go for the new brand activation as soon as the border reopens. So next slide is just some of our suggestions, how we can work together as a team internationally. As we all know, international markets are such a competitive and cluttered market. Hence, we do need to work as a team together. So we do encourage, we work as a team and embracing the new brand, talk the consistent and the same branding message to our global partner and audience. And the feedback we receive from our key media and the trade partner is that they're always looking for new. So please stay connected with us, with your partners, and keep us updated what's new. It's very important to get your product international trade ready and get a contract by the inbound tour operators. And lastly, as Tom has mentioned, there will be a lot of trade fair meals and the media fair meal and the trade events upcoming soon to support our new brand activation internationally. And we're looking forward to working with each of you, get your support and involvement to tell our beautiful, authentic WA story to our global audience. And now, looking forward to connect with everyone after drink, after my social debut. Now, are you ready to bring your phone? Let's do more quizzes. Okay, let's see what's next one. Okay, which WA beach was named the best by the Escape.com for 2022? Smith Beach, Greens Pool, Cable Beach, and Miserable Bay. They're all beautiful, and I really want to go. Okay, so the answer is Miserable Bay. Oh, this is a challenging one. Okay, are you ready for next one? Any cricket fans? Oh, doing well. Next one. On Sunday, 30 October, WA will host the ICC World Cup. India versus which country? South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and England. Cricket fans, hands up. Oh, come on, I know this answer. Okay, so that was great. We're done in one. So now please also allow me to introduce our amazing acting executive marketing Mel back to stage.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Vivian. We haven't been very good at maintaining our KPI for time management, guys. We're way over time. So we're going to race through a few questions, and everyone who does have some questions and has sent them through, if we don't get to yours, we'll endeavour to get back to you tomorrow. So I'm going to start with Ange, and we've had a question about the filming location for the grapevine scenes. Where was that?
Oh, that was Lewin Estate, down in the Margaret River region.
Oh, thank you. Maybe one for Tom and Vivian or Mel. What are your global competitor destinations?
Well, traditionally it was always Japan, but right now it's obviously Japan not being so open. But I would say, just coming from the US, Europe is a massive destination for them at the moment, so we really are competing against them in the US.
Yes, I would agree. If my social media feeds anything to go by, Greece is up there as well. I think domestically on the eastern seaboard, Fiji, especially throughout our
the last kind of year. They've had some very affordable airfares, so they're a strong competitor. Bali's back in a big way. So yeah, there's definitely those competitors plus the Europe and US, as Tom said. I don't know if you want to add anything, Viv.
Yeah, good question, because just got some feedback today from the Malaysian Mata Fair. Obviously echo to what my colleague said, in Eastern market, definitely Japan, South Korea, and also Europe. But good news is that the increased inquiry from market about WA.
Great. Ange, back to you. We've had a question about using the traditional names in our marketing. Can you talk to us about how we're planning to do that?
What do you mean by
the Aboriginal names.
Oh, so as part of the Gender Plan, one of the action items is dual naming. It's all about positioning Western Australia as the premier destination for Aboriginal tourism. So we have made a commitment across all of our marketing material to have dual naming. We're following suit from the WA Museum, where we lead with the Western name, and then we will follow with the Aboriginal place name.
Great. Corey, one for you. Great job on engaging ambassadors and influencers. Do we have any plans to use them internationally or to engage other ambassadors in the international space?
Yeah, we absolutely do. So in the deliverables for each of those ambassadors, they are very different depending on who they are and what their audience is. But with Sam Kerr, we do have capacity to work with Sam in market over in the UK. She does play for Chelsea in the women's EPL and is very, very recognisable in that market. So absolutely intention to be working in the markets with our ambassadors.
Chris, a question for you about translations for the website. What translations have we got in place?
So westernaustralia.com is translated into Japanese, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, Bahasa and German are the key markets that we translate the content into, and the translation of content is definitely one of the biggest challenges that we've got with the website, and alongside the redesign and everything that we've had a quick look at today, one of the areas that we've been putting a big focus behind is how we can make sure that we have really good quality human-led translation on the website. So we're bringing into the technology mix that powers westernaustralia.com a brand new translation platform that will help us do that across those languages.
Thanks, Chris. I think we've probably got time for one more. Mel, I'm going to give this one to you. Have we got any other plans to do some airline sales like the one we've done with Qantas?
Absolutely.
But we can't say.
Yeah, we work with, domestically, we work with all the key carriers, so Qantas, Jetstar, Virgin Australia, and we kind of just plot those out across our calendar for the year based on when those are going to be the most successful. So yeah, definitely stay tuned, and we'll obviously have some more to share on that when the time is right.
And I think we'll leave it there, so we can hand over to Kim now. Kim is going to take us through how to work with Tourism WA. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. I'm going to wrap it up as well because one of my colleagues just sent me a photo of the food that is currently out there and the drinks. So I'm sure you will want to get to that for the people in the room. So I am thrilled to share this delightful publication that we have just done. This is how to, where's my slide gone? Is it on? No? There we go. So this is a How to Work with Tourism Western Australia guide. So you've heard a lot from the marketing team today, and you might be thinking, I don't remember any of it. I didn't take any photos of the screens. How do I know what to do? Who do I know who to contact? It's all in the handy guide. So it includes everything from for mills to how to engage with trade to social media. There's even a handy little acronyms glossary. We've added a new one because it wasn't complex enough. We've added WODE. What do you think WODE stands for? Walking on a Dream. Well done. There's also a handy checklist on the back so you can tick off, yes, I've done that, I've done that. So there are copies of this guide available on the tables outside for you to take. Please take one, take as many as you like. And it's also on our corporate website. Now, I'm just going to do a quick little explanation of what happens now, and then I'm going to invite Carolyn back on stage to say our goodbyes. So we have gone over time. I'm really sorry about that, but it was pretty special having Luke here and talking to us, and Sunny, so I think we all wanted to listen to that, and it's been great to hear from the team. So for the people online, thank you. I hope you're still with us. We're sorry we did go over. We're going to be ending this session very shortly, and for the people that are with us in the room, we have networking and canapes, as I said, just outside, so please, we'd love you to stay. The team are all going to be here. There's other staff from Tourism WA as well, ready to answer any questions that you have. And I'm going to hand over to Carolyn to wind us up. Oh no, sorry, the quiz! I forgot the quiz! Carolyn, go back, I forgot the quiz. You got to go back, I forgot the quiz, I can't believe it. Christine, could you come and join me on stage? Yes, Christine, come up. This is actually my last session at Tourism WA, my last update. I'm leaving Tourism WA and Christine is going to be taking over my role. So I thought it was fitting that the first thing she does is give someone a night at Crown as a prize. So we're going to now announce the winners of the quiz.
We've got 2 more questions.
Oh God,
Yes.
I'm so bad.
Sorry guys, fine. We've got 2 questions to go and then we'll have a winner. So next question, Broome Sun Pictures is the world's oldest picture garden. When did it open? 1875, 1939, 1903 or 1957? Ooh, it was a bit of a leveller, that question. I thought it might shake things up at the end. And if we go to the last question, ooh, Paige, killing it. Last question. Which lake features the acclaimed sculptures of Anthony Gormley? Lake Eyre, Lake Hillier, Lake Ballard or Lake Munga? Oh, 50%. I think some of you guys need to get on and do the West Aussie All-Star program. Probably a good idea. And so now the winners will be announced. In 3rd place, Amy Wonderlust. In 2nd place, Yuan. And in 1st place, bada bing, bada boom, Paige. Just take a screenshot of your phone if you're in the room and bring it to me so I know that that's you with your nickname. And if you're one of the winners that are playing from home, you can just email the screenshot through to industry at westernaustralia.com. That's my new email. I'll remember that shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine, and thank you, Kim. And all I have to say is 2 words, the dream team. A huge thank you to Kim. It's with great emotion that we're saying goodbye, but not really goodbye. Kim's been a part of the family for so many years, and you'll continue to be a part of the family, the part of the tourism family, not just Tourism WA, but the broader industry. Kim, we wish you all the very best in your new endeavours. And let me tell you, Michael's bloody lucky to have you. So you've contributed so much to the agency, Kim. Another round of applause to the incredible Tourism WA team. Honestly, without all of you, and individually you contribute so much value to the team, so much value to the industry. I can see the corporate comms team sitting here and many more other valued members across the agency. So a huge, huge thank you. We couldn't do anything that we do without you. It goes without saying, our superstar guests today, to Luke, to Sunny and to Jodie, we really appreciate your team. We know that your time back here with your family is so precious, and to have you yesterday morning and again this evening is an absolute honour. It's an absolute privilege to be working alongside you, and this is the start of a really special and magical journey. So thank you so much. To Manny and Anik, the Board of Tourism Western Australia, Di sends her regards. She couldn't be here with us today. And to Kevin, to Janelle, and really, it goes without saying, but your support to myself as the Managing Director, to the broader team of Tourism WA, our broader stakeholder group, honestly, we would not be here today without your genuine support, your trust and belief in our ability to bring this brand to the world. So thank you so much. And that's a wrap. Really, today was about embracing each other, really sharing the journey that we've been on, and really giving you a more practical, insightful way of leveraging the brand. And as Kim and the team have all said, industry@westernaustralia.com. You've got Christine Ross-Davies, who's going to be an incredible partner to you moving forward. Any questions, any concerns, any feedback you have about today's session, or any questions that you got about walking on a dream into the future, we are there to support and help you. So I'd like to welcome you to journey with us as we welcome all of our international visitors to Walk on a Dream. Thank you very much.